do it. Yes, we can. Oddish is turning off her AC. It should be coming up in any second as soon as it's going to show here. Come on, you. You can do it.
Hey, I see it now.
You say it. Hi, guys. There we go.
Oh, hey. That's cool.
Isn't that neat?
Oh, it's like a World of Warcraft inn. Oh my god, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
It is so gorgeous.
It is our new overlay. We are really, really, really excited to show this off.
Hello, Moo Crew.
Yes.
Except you won't be. I can't be showing off because my webcam is messed up for some reason. I think it's Skype.
I think it's Skype too, which is really.
Dumb.
I'm so sorry, but the good thing is that we have a show that we are prepared to do, even though the webcam doesn't work. Our new overlay does, and our guest is here. Chat room, please welcome Oddish. She's here. We'll get started with the actual show, but in just a minute. But hi, girl.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you. This is awesome.
It is. Cookout.
Oh, yeah. I consume so much water that I just recycle these styrofoam cups. I Cookout, Bojangles. There's Wendy's, but I'll spare you the product placement.
Do you have them like lined up everywhere?
Yeah, well, like in between every Heroes match, I fill up another large cup of water. I go through so many.
Seriously?
You stay hydrated that way.
Yeah.
How do you not get up and use the bathroom like every 5 minutes?
Every 30 or so, yeah.
Okay. If I drank that much water, I would be like, I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of a stream. I'm leaving you.
Well, it gives me some time to breathe too, right?
Well, that's very, very true. Because when you stream, you do like, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours most times when you go.
I have been.
That is a lot of talking.
That is a long haul.
It is, but I'm used to being in front of a screen, so it works.
Well, we'll have to get into all that good stuff and what it's been like for you with this journey, because I cannot wait to talk to you about this awesome journey that you've been on in the past few months, because it's been a crazy one and an awesome one.
It's been wild. For sure.
The chat room is hopping tonight. There are so many people who are here already, and we're stoked to see you guys here. And we're going to get started just soon. If you're new to the Tauren Think Tank, welcome. Thank you for coming by. I know there's a lot of oddites in the chat room because I can see them. And we're so glad to have you guys. Really excited to be able to bring this guys to you. And I'm going to go and get them. So, oops, Nightbot got a little out of control. Sorry, Nighter. I'm sorry, Queen. I had the, I'll fix that little filter there. Let's do that.
You poor thing.
Disable that filter. There we go. Wrecked by Nightbot. All right. Let me do my tweet to let people know we are live, and then we'll be ready to go soon. We are live. And Marconin is really here. He's just, a picture frame.
I am just a gnome.
But he's an awesome gnome.
Well, I try. Yeah, I don't know what Skype's deal is. The video worked this morning, guys and gals. I'm very sorry about that.
There we go.
But at least you get to look upon the awesome artwork that Fabelina did for me last year.
Yes, that's a Fabelina piece right there.
Oh, yeah.
And,
love it.
If you feel sorry for the gnome, you can just, put in the exclamation point gnome in the chat room, and Nightbot will feel bad for you too.
That poor gnome. Yeah.
You can worry no more.
All right, testing soundboard real quick. Make sure you can hear Kilrog.
Yep.
Good deal. Good deal. There's Kilrug in the background there.
Wow.
We had a bit that Marconin had done for us a while ago. It was Gul'dan at the drive-thru. And so we had a little skit that he put together and did, and it was really, really funny. And so we had I think that was in there. Was that in there? No,
that was when our raid team was going up against Kilrog.
Oh, that's right. That's why you.
Kilrog,
I'm like, why is this even on my soundboard? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, that was why it was progression. Back when Kilrog was our progression boss.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
That is seriously a long time ago.
Still a nice soundbite, though.
Awesome. Okay, I've got
All right,
everything
let's
in
see.
here. Oddish, are you ready to go, my dear?
I sure am.
All right, Marconin, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm doing a quick thing because the stupid thing, I'm trying to figure out what I did this week. What did I do this week? Oh, yeah, I can talk about that.
Hey, chat room, are you guys ready to go? We just tilted her.
Did you just ready check us? Oh my goodness.
Hell yeah, they're going to put one in there. Watch. It's Triple T tradition. They're going to ask for polls and summons.
They're ready.
Little surprises for our girl today. I love it.
So amazing.
Hey,
yeah, that was Nate's contribution. You're right, babe. That one was sent in by Nate, and he put it in there because someone put the piece down. My mom even put one in there. Yay, Mom.
Oh, yeah.
I
yes,
love you,
Nate,
Mom
you
and
can
Dad.
get a mage table.
Oh, you want a mage table? Yeah, you could talk about that thing. Right, Marconin?
Yes.
You can finally talk about that? Okay, good.
Yes, it will be official in the morning. So I can do that.
Yes.
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 Let's see here.
Anything else?
And oh goodness, what else did I do? Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay.
So I figure that's a couple of little things that I can talk about.
All right. Then we're going to count it down.
All right. Mind if I do something cool? I was thinking about doing it before the countdown. Can I do the countdown tonight?
You want to do the countdown? Oh, yeah, you can do the countdown. It was
one of those things. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you joining us live for Tauren Think Tank, tonight we bring you a special guest, Oddish, from Heroes of the Dorm, in 3, 2, 1. You're listening to Tauren Think Tank, the World of Warcraft podcast for you, the World of Warcraft player.
It's episode 184 of Tauren Think Tank. Today is Sunday, April 17th of 2016. And we're really excited because there's a lot of cool stuff on this show tonight. Not only do we have a special guest, but I'm definitely putting that in the post show. Like, your countdown was amazing. It's awesome. It is so awesome.
I was just feeling it.
You were feeling it. It is so good. So my name is Jules. With me, as always, is Marconin, who you just heard.
Yes. Good evening, folks.
Yes. And I'm happy to introduce tonight's guest. We first learned about her from her amazing plays at Heroes of the Dorm, but she's been a gamer for much longer than that. She's now pursuing a full-time streaming career while training and shot calling for the up-and-coming Heroes team, Sweet Synergy. From East Carolina University, please welcome Oddish.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome to the show.
I feel so honored. Like, that epic intro. I don't know how I can keep up with that. It's amazing.
It is the best. And that is Marconin's many, like, he has the stable of voices of things that he does, which is and they'll just come. Like, they'll come out of there. And the chat room is welcoming you to our to our crazy place. So I gave you an intro, but I want you to introduce yourself in your own words to our audience who may not be familiar with who you are yet.
Well, I'm a total nerd. I hear some cheering for ECU in the chat. Yeah, I'm currently getting my master's in chemistry at ECU, but I'm taking a leave to try to do streaming full time because of all this crazy attention I've been getting the last few weeks.
Yes.
Like, it's been 3 weeks since there was a post on Here's the Dorm Reddit. That was Dear Oddish, and that was by Eiffels, who I think is in the chat now.
He is.
And there's this huge outpouring of love for me to stream and do things like that. So I've just been chasing it. I've been streaming every day since.
And
very cool.
Your stream is so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
I love it. I'll usually just kind of tuck it onto the side if I'm busy or if I'm able to stop in there. But you got to check her out when you're getting a chance to watch on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Oddish plays games. I can't talk. So we usually start the show about talking about what we've been up to this past week, just to kind of get us all caught up. And so, ladies first, please start.
Well, geez, I've been streaming and I've been trying to finish up my chemistry classes for this last semester. I just finished my chemistry final, which, it's such a relief. Like,
congratulations.
That is is this good. Is this everything?
I guess, yeah, because I'm not going to go back next semester, you know? Right. It's surreal. It's absolutely surreal. So I've
much
got one big...
So much has happened to you.
It is. It's like everything's upside down and inside out, but I love it. I've got one big presentation left, and then I'm finished.
Wow.
Let's see. I got Asmodan for the bracket challenge. I finished 50th, which feels awesome.
That is amazing.
Out of nowhere. I had no idea I was doing so well, but it kind of pays off. Like, going in the qualifiers and everything, we had a kind of good idea of who was good, and it especially helped for me that QBuildBrightwing, my team, practiced against Tennessee a few times. So, and Rafflecopter is an amazing person, and so I knew they were going to make it all the way, or almost all the way. So
yeah, definitely. They were kind of a they were expected to do well, but I don't know. Did they expect that they were going to do that well?
I don't know. I think so. They had they had all the infrastructure. Like, we didn't have what was I going to say? Coaches or managers, you know. Sparky Target, who's in the chat, she did a lot of statistics for our opponents, but we didn't really have good professional management for the team. And a lot of the other teams in the tournament that made it up as far as we did had that support.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome. So, Asmodunk, have you tried out that skin? Because that is badass.
The sounds are my favorite part of it. It's so good.
It's amazing. The black pool sound makes the sound of a buzzer. Every time you drop black pool as the heroic, it winds up sounding like the buzzer at the end of a game. And so there's this constant brrr going on as you're doing Blackpool. And it's so fun. I was running around like Asmodunk the other day. It was great.
That's awesome. I may have to get that skin at some point.
Because
seeing the little feature video of it earlier in the week, I was like, man, that's just too cool.
Yeah.
I got to give him a shot.
Yeah. And the colors for the secondary colors are purple and gold, and they're perfectly ECU's colors. So it's like we won.
Yeah.
We're pretending that we won.
That's the story, and we're going to stick to it. That's it. That is the story.
That is awesome. So what else have you been up to?
Let me see. Did I write anything else down?
I wanted to make sure you covered everything on your list.
Nope, that's it. That's
okay. Marconin, what have you been up to for the last 7 days?
Oh goodness, it's been a bit of a week. So a few of you know that a couple weeks ago I got let at work they let me know that my position was being eliminated at the end of the month. Mm-hmm. So it's been a mad dash to try and find something. Now within the company, they're very gracious about what they pretty much did is they gave my position. Because what I do is I travel between different retail stores in a metropolitan area, here in Arkansas. And so they took my job, the travel job, and kind of broke it apart and gave it to the individual stores. So what I was trying to do was to get on at one of those stores. So, you know, I've got plenty of vacation time left, benefits, all that stuff, because I'm a full-time employee. I've been with the company almost 7 years. So I don't really want to leave. So tomorrow I am going to sign paperwork to get a job at a very close by store. Not the one down the road from me, but the next closest one. So I will still be gainfully employed in May, which is very good.
Oh, that's awesome. Here you go.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Only took 5 interviews. We're okay.
It only took 5 interviews.
I kind of, you know, when you get to a point where you're not going to have a job, I just kind of like shotgun blasted applications to whatever full-time spot was nearby. And so I interviewed for like 3 different spots within the company at 3 different stores. So, and all the interviews went well, but in the end I had to make a decision, and I'm pretty much doing the exact same thing I did before. But it's still a consistent schedule, and I still have my time off approved for the Minnesota meetup. So we don't have to worry about that.
Thank God.
So that's a big relief off my shoulders. And in fact, one of the other managers called me today, and I talked to him, telling him my decision. And he was like, yeah, man, you do what you need to do. And if you ever need to, you know, we left the door open because I never want to close a door or burn a bridge if I don't have to. So I have the option later on in my career, if I need to move around to do something different, or if another spot opens up, I've got a good place to go if I need to.
That's
so
fantastic. Things
are on the up and up, thankfully. So that's a big load off of my shoulders, and it's been on my mind for a couple of weeks now. So that's very awesome, and I see all the congrats. Thank you, everybody in the chat room. So yeah, and also with the consistent schedule, that'll let me do things like stream more at night and kind of put in some things that I want to do on a consistent basis. So that's very good. So yeah, that's the big thing. Another thing is our dear friend and guildie Zoe Zazu. She's been doing this thing for a couple months now, where she does a monthly art print that she gives away. And our friend Nevermore actually got the one for February.
Yep.
Wasn't it? Yeah. She got the one of Alex Straza. Well, this past month in March, her art print of the month was a picture of Ronan, the not recently deceased, but the deceased ex-leader of the Kirin Tor. And in the book Tides of War, about the fall of Theramore and everything, that hit me hard, because not only am I a mage, but I'm also an Alliance mage, and I'm a gnome. And those of you who read the book know the story about Kindy, which was Jaina's apprentice. And that book flew all over me when the bad stuff happened and Garrosh was being a jerk face. And Ronan, in a last bit, he held off the mana bomb's blast and opened a portal and shoved Jaina through it at the last moment, sacrificing himself to save her life. And in the pre-launch event for Mist of Pandaria, you could run Fall of Theramore. And one of the vanity items, one of the pieces of gear at the end that was going to go away when Mist actually comes out, there was his staff, the Archmage's staff. It was the only way to get that color. And I farmed that thing for like 2 weeks until it finally dropped. And it's still one of my favorite staffs. Or staves, I guess.
Staves, I guess it is.
And and the picture of Ronan has him kind of kneeling down with his forehead up next to his staff. And by golly, I won the contest and got a free print, and it is on my wall, right behind my monitor. I'm looking at it right now, Zoe, if you're listening. Thank you. Like, it was like a random draw. And it means so much. And of course, she does excellent work.
Yes,
and for those of you that want to see what it looks like, go to Zoe Zazu. It's at Zoe Zazu, Zoezazu on Twitter, and she has her own like prints page where you can go buy it if you want.
Yes.
And I was going to buy it anyway. If I didn't win it, I was going to buy it. And so it is on my wall. And yes, Nymphadora, I am a nerd. So there. So yeah, I got it in this week, and it's framed on my wall, and I'm so happy.
That is fantastic.
Yes.
What a great prize.
I know. I love it. I love it so much because I've got it. And then right next to it on my other wall is a commission that Fabelina did for me last year where my gnome mage is holding the exact same staff. That's so because cool. I wanted to have it in the painting, you know. And so it's just one of those things, man, you know.
That's so cool.
That is awesome.
Story too.
And Zoe Zazu is actually one of the badge babes who does badges for BlizzCon. Speaking of BlizzCon tickets going on sale next week too, and so her commissions will probably be opening up soon. Yeah.
Yeah, Wednesday, Jules.
I know, Wednesday. Ready. BlizzCon tickets. Don't forget, Oddish.
I know I need them now.
I know. We won't forget. We will not forget. Nope. Okay.
Nope. We will be in there and ready and waiting.
Yes. So what else? Anything else?
Well, I got a little bit late to the party, but my gnome death knight, Darkonin, reached 100 today. This morning, in fact.
Darkonin has been around for so long, and he finally hit 100.
Yes, I made Darkonin like 3 weeks before BlizzCon 2013. And I got him to level 60, and I had him get invited to convert to raid the guild so that I could say when I was at BlizzCon that year that I was in the guild, because I officially was.
Yeah.
And then after getting to hang out with everybody at BlizzCon 2013, it was like the next week when I got home, I transferred Marconin over and put him in the guild. So that's how long I've had him, sitting at 60. But my friend Arle and I, we leveled up tunes from 60 all the way up to 100 together. Nice. So we got that knocked out today. And so, yes, I am very happy that that journey is done. And now I have to start work on a rogue. It never ends, Jules. The journey, it takes many different shapes and forms and directions. First, the Gnome Death Knight. Then next is the Pandaren Rogue. And then the Night Elf Priest. And then maybe by then Legion will be out. We shall see. I don't think so, though.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, I think I logged close to a year of playtime in World of Warcraft. I mostly played for the first 4 years after it came out, I think. I stopped at Northrend.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway. But I only played a hunter pretty much the whole way through. I had one character. I couldn't stand
a bad choice,
another one. That's crazy.
Hunters are the best. That is really the only DPS character that I'm a healer through and through. But
I got super attached to my pets. And whenever in raids people would want me not to use my turtle. I remember this. But Speedy the turtle was my babe. Like, you couldn't get me to change pets to something that did a little more damage. Like, no.
Yeah.
And so Speedy became like our mascot, and I'd pull, what was that boss in Molten Core? It's like Gar, I think. Forget. Yeah. You had to pull it with a pet, and there would go the turtle, just like jumping up.
That is amazing.
Coming back with a raid boss.
Hey guys, look what I found.
That wasn't the one at the very end of the hall, was it? Like, it was at the very way end of a hall that you had to pull forward?
Oh gosh, I'm digging so deep
it was,
this, but it was right after Baron-Geddon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gosh, that's so long ago.
Right?
Gosh. That is awesome. Marconin, anything else?
Oh, goodness. I don't think so. I've been talking for a while.
That's okay. Well, I'll go real quick, and then we'll get into our interview and discussion with our guest, Oddish, tonight, and we're really excited with the questions we have. I also won the Asmodunk and the Bracket Challenge. I was ranked 76, and I was just like, oh, my God. I was so excited that I had gotten... like, I had ranked, right? And so I got the Asmodunk. I think I played Asmodan like once before ever. So I had the best time playing him in AI. Because my Hot Ladies Night team on Tuesday nights was like, Jules, did you get Asmodunk yet? You need to play him. And I'm like, I am not playing him on a stream until I've at least tried him out. Because I was so bad. So I wound up doing some practice AI games with him on this weekend, and at least I know what I'm doing. You know, like, how does he work and the stack, you know, the globe build and everything like that. I didn't even have a clue. So that was awesome. And real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Drinking and Swearing. Our Friday night stream that I do with Pat Crane from Convert to Raid has been blowing up. And this week, because the beta weekend for Overwatch was going on, we did Overwatch again. And holy crap, you guys were hilarious. And so of course they put me in charge of the custom game again. So I had in charge of all of the modifiers. And so we're doing like all Tracer games and all Reaper games and all this stuff. And everyone's just like, oh my God, Jules, how could you do this to us? This is ridiculous. But my favorite one was doing all Winstons with 100% modifiers jumped up. So like your respawn rate was like instant, and all of your cooldowns were instant respawn. So you had no, like, all you were doing was spamming all your abilities, and that was hilarious.
Oh man,
that was really, really funny. So yeah, you know, drinking and swearing is on Friday nights. We rotate the game that we play. I think we're gonna do. I think this weekend we're probably going to do ARAMs and HOTS this time around, which would be a lot of fun. So, yeah, and those are always funny because we get drunk and we swear and we get a character we don't know how to play. So
I may have to jump in for that. I haven't played HOTS in a while.
I know. Oddish, you have an open invitation to come and drink and swear with us.
Yeah.
It's really funny. And it's quite the instance, I can tell you that. And super quick, Minnesota Meetup, Marconin mentioned this earlier. It is getting closer. June 11th, we're watching the Warcraft movie together in Minneapolis, and you guys can come. We're up to 130 people that are coming to this. I know, right?
Goodness.
They're coming from all over the country. They're coming from all over the world. And you guys can come. I tried to get Duncan Jones to come this weekend, so maybe I'll manage to succeed. I'll keep trying because that would be amazing. So yeah, if you want to go to wellplayedparty.com and find out more, please do, because that is where all the fun's going to happen on June 11th to watch the Warcraft movie, and we're having all the things going on there too. So there we go. All right, it's discussion time, and with discussion time, we get this bumper.
Let's kick around some ideas, not gnomes.
You know, one of these weeks I'm going to be very tired of you doing that to me. One of these weeks.
I don't think it's this week, honey.
Oh, maybe not.
I told you, he's the man of 1,000 voices, and and the chat room found the exclamation point gnome command for Nightbot. I love you guys so much. All right, so this show is going to be different than our normal format because we are focusing on our guest, because we'd like to meet her and learn more about her. She has a lot of wonderful things to say, and I wanted to give her an opportunity to be able to say them to our community. So we're going to start, Oddish. I know you're like big spotlight on your face.
I'll say.
Right? I'm going to make, these are easy. I mean, you know, it's just talking about you. Who doesn't like to talk about themselves, right?
Uh-huh.
So let's start with gaming. When and how did you get started in gaming?
The story starts with my older brother, who's 3 years older than me, and my very computer-inclined father, who got us started playing PC games at a very young age. Mm-hmm. But I had the advantage of being the younger sibling. I got to play them even younger, you know, because when it's when it's an acceptable age for your older sibling to do something like watch an R-rated movie or, you know, play a violent video game, the line gets a little bit blurry for the 3-year younger sibling. So my first game was Marathon, which was the precursor to Halo. It was a PC game. It's kind of similar to Quake, and it was a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
And my brother and I and my dad would run around shooting each other a lot. Like, before the internet was around, we were playing death matches against each other. And I got very good at predicting where people would be, and, you know, and I feel like I really internalized all that. My brain just got wired for video games very early.
Well, starting with first-person shooters, I would say that kind of just teaches you, you know, the basics, how to strafe, how to hide.
Well, the interesting thing about the game was that there was no strafing wasn't a thing.
Really?
Now in modern shooters, your like A and D keys are strafe, usually, and in Marathon they turned your character, which was bad.
Yes.
And that was one thing my dad couldn't catch on to strafing, because my brother basically invented strafing, independently, but he did, and he had this huge advantage over us because he could shoot and move at the same time. Very, very interesting.
So have you gotten into the Overwatch beta as well?
I haven't.
Okay,
but I've gotten to play some of it. I love it. Tracer is my favorite. 3 years ago, I won a national Call of Duty tournament.
Wow.
Yes. For ECU, it was a collegiate tournament as well. We got flown out, all expenses paid, for the finals in California.
Wow.
It was hosted by NVIDIA Corporation. And we rolled everything. It was one of the best experiences of my life. It gave me a lot of confidence. It helps me to be where I am now. Yeah. And the computer I'm using is the computer I won 3 years ago. So.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Holy crap! I had no idea. So, did you stick with Call of Duty after? Like, have you been playing it, or did you stop?
Well, funnily enough, when we heard about the tournament is when we bought the game.
Oh.
And there's another player at ECU who's far superior to me, but we kind of banded together and I was like, look, we can easily win this. Like, come on. And we did. So we picked up the game and we won the computer, and we never played Call of Duty on it again. Like, we all swear to never install Black Ops 2 on it. It was really funny.
Wow. That's insane. Okay, if I wasn't impressed by you before, that you can pick up a game like that and do that well in a tournament. It's crazy. That's awesome. Marconin, did you want to read the question from L Train?
Absolutely, I can do that. Let's pull it back up. I was adjusting Windows. Let's see here. From L Train, they say, what was the title that got you hooked on gaming? And when did you decide that it was something you wanted to do, stream and play competitively? And also, how did your parents feel about that decision? So what got you hooked? Like, what game, was it Marathon that really got you hooked into gaming, or was it something later on that did that?
Well, okay, so when I played Marathon, I couldn't even read. And reading was kind of essential to the game, because you had these terminals, and games don't hold your hand as much. Games hold your hand a lot more now than they did before.
Yeah.
And so you actually had to read, but I would just run randomly and click randomly until I got through the game. It just didn't really work very well. Anyway, that's kind of a tangent. But I did play a lot of Marathon. I guess my gaming history goes from Marathon to a quick stint of 2 years of GameCube, when I played Kirby's Air Ride, still one of my favorite games ever, and a lot of Super Smash Brothers with my friends.
Oh yeah.
Following that, I picked up Warcraft 3 and played Warcraft 3 obsessively. Custom games, just oh my goodness. I don't know if anyone in the chat knows Uther Party, or y'all know that game. I would kill to play that game again. Thinking about it, I got it. I have to bring it back.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That should be one of my stream nights. Oh, I'm so good at that game.
You should. That would be an amazing thing to do.
And then I played, that was my first taste of Dota, of course. And I got pretty good at Dota. Then I played World of Warcraft for pretty much the entirety of my first puberty. And then, then all sorts of other things. Anyway, I guess World of Warcraft really got me hooked the longest.
Yeah.
Warcraft, they all have a different spot in my life. World of Warcraft was a very social game that got me really hooked and was my escape from the hell that was middle school. And Warcraft 3 was my first taste of the internet and being really competitive. And then Marathon before that was my first taste of just playing games nonstop and being competitive with my brother. And it was a way for us to really be at each other all the time in a brotherly way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like each game kind of builds upon the previous one, and you just kind of finding your way as you go through.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So what did your parents think about you wanting to stream and do all this competitive stuff?
Streaming is kind of new in my life. I'm at the point in my life now, and it's like, hey, mom, dad, I'm doing this. And they're very supportive, which is good. Gaming, I don't know. I think it was weird. So I'm 23 now, and so growing up, there was no precedence for how healthy it was for your child to be on the computer. You know, like nobody knows. It was this new thing, and exposure to the internet and exposure to video games. So I think it put my mom off a lot because she was not a nerd at all, and she didn't know how to use computers, and she was afraid of computers. But my dad was like, oh, it's fine. And it was also a way for my dad to socialize with us because he'd play with us, and like he raided with us in
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I love
so
that.
it was a family game.
That
I
is
love
awesome.
it when it works like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna jump around in the questions a little bit because
Sure.
you brought up the hell that was middle school, and I think that's a really good transition to talk about some other things that we definitely want to bring up during this broadcast, which is that you are transgender and
Yes.
very outspoken and very upfront about that. But I think that your story will resonate with the people who are listening to this show. Even though there's many similarities, every story is different. So was middle school when you started to realize that you were different?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I was certainly different, as in I wouldn't fit in, but a lot of people are that way. I mean, it's my opinion. Sorry if I offended anyone, but if you enjoyed middle school, I don't want to hang out with you.
Oh my gosh.
Like now, like you're kind of the worst kind of person. Because I feel like if you enjoyed middle school, it was by putting other people down. Like, and that's that's social hierarchy. And I also hear like that's better now. I first discovered that I was transgender almost a year ago. So it was actually pretty recent.
Okay.
But I knew something was kind of off, and I
Yeah.
needed to figure out like really like existential anxiety. Like this isn't right. Like why am I feeling this way? And that started 3 years ago when I discovered the Myers-Briggs personality type, and I found out that I was an ENFP, and I found these ENFP chat rooms, and I finally found people I could relate to, and it was magical. The next summer, so I also started journaling, and I started trying to get to the core of what was bothering me so much, and just trying to understand myself, as if yourself is a code you can crack, but
You're
I'm
right.
still not convinced it isn't, so I'm gonna keep going at it. Like I'm doing all right. Anyway, a year later, I met some of those people that I grew close to online, and it's an ongoing process. Of course, now looking back after I've accepted myself and after I've accepted that I'm transgender, there's overwhelming evidence in my past. But denial is just such a strong thing. And growing up in a logical, my father was a doctor, and we had very scientific talks at the dinner table, and we had lots of. I was kind of trained with an intellectual mind, not deliberately, but it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
And being transgender defies logic in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So it's hard to accept that you're different, accept that you're an anomaly.
Yep.
But I'm really happy with where I am now.
And how did your family accept that with their logical minds?
Well, the head logician of the family is my father, and he's still not really accepted it yet. I don't think he's still struggling with it. But that's fine, because I feel like I'm going to succeed, and I'm going to be stronger than I've ever been because of my transition.
Yeah.
If I'm not worrying about my transition, if I'm not worrying about putting it off, if I'm not living in fear, I'm just going to be a better person.
Yeah.
So, and I think he's going to accept that eventually. And I think he's worried about traditional success in the way that if you're transgender, the statistics do not favor your health and your job pool, and it's rough out there for transgender people, and so I think that's what he's worried about. My mother, on the other hand, she's a shining star. That woman is amazing. She's an inspiration. She's super supportive. It's wonderful.
I'm glad that you have that in your life, and that at least your father.
Very fortunate.
Yeah, and your father hasn't taken and turned you aside.
No, he's just trying to understand, and he's confused. And Yeah, I'm so fortunate because many transgender people get disowned by their parents,
right?
Disowned by their families. It's very rough out there.
In your own words, can you describe what it's like to be transgender, to realize that that is who you are?
I don't know. It varies a lot. The biggest validation was starting hormone replacement therapy. I've been on hormones for 2.5 months now. 6 weeks of that doesn't really count because it's kind of a really low trial dose, but estrogen is amazing. My brain works so much better in estrogen. It is insane. Like I don't have this self-doubt and this lack of self-trust, and and I don't think, okay, so from my perspective, either we need to do away with testosterone entirely, or I'm actually transgender, and that's why I love estrogen, and I've got a female mind that's been wanting estrogen its whole life, and functions better in estrogen, and now I have it, and it's so clearly where I want to be.
Yeah.
That is amazing to me, and it's so fascinating about how, like, when you say I have a female mind that wanted to have estrogen, that is so cool.
It's wild. It's but it is truly bizarre.
The scientist in you has to be like, this is the weirdest and coolest thing. Like, that I feel so much better having hormone replacement therapy.
Yes.
Nighter Queen in the chat room said there's too much testosterone in the universe by quoting Claire Oswald. No offense to the testosterone person.
I'm doing my part, Nighter Queen. I've defected.
One of the things that I always ask a guest on this show is that if you could give a piece of advice to anyone who is struggling with their gender identity, what would you tell them?
I would say to trust yourself, just like entirely. I think voices of self-doubt and can I read the letter I wrote on Facebook when I came out?
Of course, I would love to hear
it.
Yes,
absolutely,
be relevant.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll try not to get too emotional.
If there's a couple tears here and there, we allow it.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. We've cried so much on the show.
Yeah, we both.
That's the scary side of estrogen, though. So
seriously.
Okay. I wish I could put this up somewhere. Is there any way for me to mirror my screen? That'd be okay. Whatever. Let's probably try.
Do you want to send me the link? Then I can put it up on the stream.
That'd be so cool.
Because I can do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have the technology.
I have the technology.
Where can I send it to you? Skype?
Yeah. I'll pull it up on there so we can display it on the stream.
I hope you have permission for that. Hopefully you should have Facebook.
Let's see if it works. Yes. Copy image. Just give me 1 second and I will pull it up so you guys can see it. It's in your handwriting.
Yeah, I decided I should handwrite it. It felt more close and intimate than text. I don't know. I was winging it. Can I take like 2 to go to the bathroom?
Yes, please do. While we bring this up, we will do that. I'm just pulling this up on the file. Bio break. See, bathroom break.
Yeah.
What is that one? I'm looking for the file name. There it is. This is live and in style.
Mm-hmm. Live internet radio, folks. From our microphones to your ears.
There we go.
And your video screens.
So the chat room gets a preview of this.
Yes, they do. Hey, there we go.
I hear a dog too.
Uh-huh. It's not mine this time.
It's not your dog.
No. But that's my dog.
Oh, you got your dog barking there too. All right, it is up on the stream.
Dog.
No, not your dog.
Neighbors.
It is up on the screen for the stream.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, I'll read it. Hello, I'm trans. You can still address me as Stefan, or by my nicknames, Fawn, Steph, Oddish, but I now answer to she, her pronouns. I'm the happiest and most secure I've ever been. For the longest time, I knew genuine was impossibly far away from my social identity. I was afraid to find out what was underneath the personality I constructed. It worked. I did well enough. Work to find the you that exists without the voices of self-judgment and self-loathing. Those voices are not your own. They are an internalized hurt from others. Trust yourself and you will become the most efficient and powerful version of you. Who you are should only be constructed from the inside. I've cast off from the false comfort of repetition. I'm not there yet, but I can see my new home on the horizon. Progress is all I need. Be prepared to see the fire that is the real me. Love your friends, be vulnerable with, and elevate each other. I couldn't be here without the support of those I hold dear. Love, Fawn.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. And the chat room is tearing up. Oh, that is beautiful. And that is, and if you guys check out our YouTube, you can see that in Oddish's handwriting on the stream as well. And I hope that your words help someone who might be struggling themselves, because that you just never ever know the struggle that someone is going through.
Absolutely.
You don't. And I feel like we get bullied our entire lives by society.
Yeah.
And when I walk out presenting the way I am, I get bullied. Like, that's the only way to really describe it, is these microaggressions, these weird looks, like I'm doing something wrong. And I have to not internalize any of that anymore, because I know what I'm doing is right for myself. Yeah. And I just want to inspire everyone else to find themselves and love themselves. And if you love yourself, you can't do anything but love each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is the message that Steph puts out on her stream every time she goes live. And this is why you need to watch her, because it is, you know, as she just said, going out and getting, you know, bullied. It happens every single time she opens up her Twitch, and every single day it seems like there's someone who comes in there and says something rude. Is that kind of true? It
is.
Yeah. And what I watch is this grace and just kind of looking at someone. She kind of turns and looks at the camera and just says, "Yes, I am trans. Is there a problem?" And it's just, I watch her do this, and I mean, I just give you so much. I mean, I don't know how you find the strength every day to do that, but this letter tells it all.
But my Twitch chat, the people with me are so loving. They're wonderful. And in a way, because I'm the target that I am, people were in a way eliminating all the dicks of the universe. Sorry, I don't know how much to curse.
Oh, you can curse. It's fine.
Gosh, you should hear Jules on Tuesday. Goodness.
Oh, God, I'm terrible.
Potty mouth Jules.
But the assholes show themselves.
There
aren't any secret assholes. Like, if you're an asshole and you find my Twitch, you're gonna say something, and then we can remove you. You know? Yeah. So we're actually, because of the hate, we're fostering such a wonderful, loving community, and I have wonderful mods, and I have so much support, and so many people who tell me they love me, and so I'm not afraid, really.
Yeah. So many kudos to you for that.
And thank you.
What I love too is that not only are you venturing into the world of esports, but you are giving a voice to women in esports as well, which is also a very challenging and limited venue for women.
Sure.
So talk a little bit about what that's like.
I mentioned this earlier to some of my friends, watching Gillyweed stream and commentate again, and she's a very popular, you know, everyone knows who Gillyweed is. She did Heroes of the Dorm, all this, and I love her. She's amazing.
She is.
And I feel like I can't find anything that's objectively bad about her. Like, I think she's objectively very good at what she does, and yet she gets a ton of hate, and that hate has to be sexism. I see so much of that. It's a shame. It's too bad. And so I really want to represent femininity and trans women and women. And I feel like a very strong person. And I feel like I can do that. And the world is changing. So
yeah. And it always boggles my mind why people would say something negative about Gillyweed and other, even just commentators, people who are nerd gamers just like the rest of us that know their stuff. They just happen to be women. And I watched Heroes of the Dorm all weekend last week, or whenever. Yeah, it was last week, wasn't it? Yeah. So I watched the whole thing, and I loved hearing her talk. She knew her stuff. The whole back and forth between everybody was fantastic. And I mean, you cannot say anything bad about how she performed as a caster and her job. She did her job. I mean, there's not really anything else than she's a woman. She has boobs. That's why I'm going to hate on her. Why? It's so stupid.
It is. It is.
And it's
we're all humans.
Yeah.
Like there's no.
And I mean, I don't talk about it a lot, but it's difficult, even just to be a woman who's a lead voice in a podcast. Because it is different, and it's not the typical way that it's done. And, I've been shunned. I've been told to go away. I've been told I will never be as good as the guys. It happens.
Who do I need to beat up, Jules? Who are we going to go after?
But you know what?
Names.
It motivates me even more to fight harder because I can do it. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what I think is so impressive about Gillyweed, is to see her, she gets so much hate and so much criticism from people who say she's too shrill, or doesn't know her stuff, or she stutters over things. And it's like, the guys are the same way. It's exactly the same. And yet she winds up getting all of the hate, and then then there's all of that. Well, I do her, she's hot. I do her.
Yeah.
Ugh. You can't win for losing.
I know.
But she's the sweetest, and I told her on Twitter after Heroes of the Dorm, I told her she was a hero of mine, because she stands up for a whole lot of stuff that we go through as women. So good for her. And I mean, I wanted to also talk to you, Oddish, about, you've got an all-female Heroes of the Storm competitive team that you're working on right now. What's that been like for you?
It's been fantastic. So I've been privileged to join Sweet Synergy. I don't know if you've heard of them before, but they're an all-female Heroes of the Storm team. And I'm going to be captain and shot caller for their Sapphire team, which is their top level team. And it's looking really good. I think I especially when I take time off of school, I'm going to be able to become one of the best players in the world at Heroes of the Storm. And I'm really hoping to bring my passion, and I don't know, it's looking great, because it's such an important mission to try to combat gender stereotypes and have an all-female team. And it's risky, because you don't want to fail, and you don't want to validate these stereotypes that women can't make a team and women can't compete together. But because our mission is so important, I feel like we can actually get the best 5 women in the Heroes of the Storm sphere on our team. And the mission is, what I'm trying to say is, the mission is so important that we can exceed. We can succeed, and we will.
Yes.
So.
Are you guys planning on working on the Burbank qualifiers for the summers?
I don't know yet. I'm kind of tunnel visioning on getting the team together. We almost are a cognizant team. Also, next weekend I'm going to PAX East. So
you are?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I've gone like 5 years in a row. Oh my god, it's my favorite. That's the one convention I go to. But hopefully I'll go to BlizzCon too this year. So.
Yeah.
I really hope that you get a chance to make it to BlizzCon, because that would be amazing.
Wouldn't it?
I want hugs.
I'm gonna. Yes.
I want hugs.
Awesome.
Yeah, it'd be great to meet you.
And we have an amazing community of people that come together at BlizzCon, and they would absolutely just love you. So yeah, most definitely, I want to meet all of your chat room. I would like, that would be awesome. Okay, so we're gonna bounce around a little bit more. Talk about Heroes of the Dorm a little bit, because that's how all of this kind of began for people taking notice of who Oddish is. How did your dorm team come together?
I posted on every social media I could think of. ECU Gaming, which is our big, kind of old, kind of unfortunately disintegrating club for esports.
Yeah.
That I was a founding member of, so it's wonderful. But then now all the seniors are leaving, so it's a new wave, and hopefully it'll reboot. Anyway, I posted there. I even got a hit off of Yik Yak, like
really?
Desperation. I asked my friends, like, how can I get this message out there? I posted it, and like, of course, I got a bunch of shame. Like, why are you posting about a video game? And I'm like, well, it worked.
Yeah.
And I got the ECU Reddit, and I managed to get together 12 people to try out. And I hosted and managed the tryouts and put a team together from those 12, cut to 4 of them, plus myself. Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And then I put my heart into it. You know, we managed to get really far. I wish we had better support. I feel like we should have looked out and hired a coach and hired a manager. The playing field was just so intense, especially going up against Arizona State.
This was the first time you'd done this, though, right? This was the first time you competed in Heroes of the Dorm.
No, we did last year.
You did last year, the same team?
Yep, not the same team, different people.
Okay.
One same member. Actually, yeah. And guess who we lost to?
ASU?
Arizona State. We just...
Oh, yeah. So you knew what we were going to get into there,
just
at least.
a little bit. Yeah, anyway.
There's been some controversy, and it's gone on Reddit, so I think we can talk about it.
Yes, please.
Because I think it is important to bring this up. But on Reddit recently, there was a post talking about how ASU recruited members of the professional community. And one of the loopholes that TESPA kind of had out there was that you just have to be enrolled in a class, right?
Oh boy, this is news to me.
Yeah.
Okay. How many people are watching right now?
44.
Okay.
Just a couple.
You don't have to talk about this if you don't want to, but I think you do.
I feel like I do.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous. Because I have email correspondence to TESPA and back that I haven't shared with anyone, but I feel like I should read it. Okay. Especially now as everything's over and they've won, and I don't really want another shot at it. I just feel like it should be public what's been going on, because I feel like Blizzard and TESPA have been hiding the truth about SHOT.
Yeah.
One second, I'm looking up my email.
And SHOT was not a student at Arizona State when Heroes of the Dorm was announced, but he is a professional. He has played in competitive Heroes.
Actually, I'm just gonna read out the whole thing. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long.
That's okay.
Okay, so my first email. Hey, Ashwin ECU here. I wanted to clue you into something my fans brought to attention in case it's relevant. ASU's team is impressively stacked. It's been shown that, let me paraphrase it. I'm just mostly saying that SHOT has no indication that he's going to ASU, and we independently thought that he enrolled online.
Yeah.
And I said, he's probably fine, and it's probably nothing, but I didn't want to remain quiet in case it becomes an issue later. This was 2 weeks before our match.
Yep.
TESPA responds, hi, Steph. Thanks for reaching out to us. We are well aware of SHOT's shenanigans and have been monitoring his team closely throughout the tournament. Yes, they know. Austin registered for online classes at ASU in January, right when Dorm 2016 was announced. As he was technically enrolled at an eligible school by the deadline, he is a legitimate member of the ASU team. We will adjust our rules in the future to account for this loophole. We appreciate you bringing it to our attention, Billy. Right?
Yeah. And this information definitely hit Reddit after Dorms was over and the discussion was out there. And there has not been a statement about any of this from the actual members, but...
no, there hasn't.
And it kind of sucks.
And so I emailed them back complaining. I could read that too, but that's probably fine. It's a pretty vicious complaint.
But it doesn't take away the fact that it happened, and they know now that, you know, I feel really badly for a team like yours that got to the Elite Eight and was not able to.
Yeah, Let me read my response to that.
Yeah.
Because I feel, oh God, because I was so mad. I said, this news makes me physically ill. It completely violates the integrity of collegiate esports and the credibility of the tournament. Arizona's team could have been made of essentially any number of professional players, whilst I had to organize from the bottom up to make my team. It's unsportsmanlike. Do you know if he's even participating in his classes or if he's going to drop out immediately after? If people are messaging me saying Austin is suspect, we're not the only ones that are going to notice, especially if when ASU wins it all with a not entirely student team. That controversy might have backlash that surpasses just this tournament. In my view, this tournament is no longer a college sport and more parallel with professional competition. I apologize for my rant. I'm very upset. I didn't get this far and practice this hard to be eliminated by cognitive gaming in the top 8.
Yeah. Well, at least they're aware of it and they're working to close the loophole at least.
Sure, but also in the rules, they said they could change the rules.
Yeah.
So the controversy could have been stopped, and it would have been in their best interest because ASU steamrolled. It was straight wins, and it's no surprise they were straight wins. They had a lot of talent on their team, not just including the one from out of state.
And Eiffels makes a point in the chat room that's saying on Storm Show, in college sports, people are recruited all the time and then are lured to play for various sports organizations. Do you think that's where esports is heading?
I don't know. This is kind of, it's, I don't know.
Okay, that's
So
fine.
I think it'll change, and I think it depends on how esports goes. Like, I think the spirit of this competition was to help people through college.
Yes.
And to be an amateur tournament.
Yeah, and for me, it seems a little bit different. So, the high schools will go and they'll recruit the best running backs, the best quarterbacks from high schools and bring them in, or they'll get people in their freshman or sophomore or even junior year and bring them in, but you're physically there. You're at the school. You have to be there to participate in practices and everything. Whereas with this, it's like, just sign up for some classes online and you're good to go. It seems a whole lot easier to do this than it is in traditional physical sports that we have in colleges. And so it seems much easier for people to do this than it is to, up and move to Arizona and start, doing 2-a-days in the fall.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that's where I think the difference in this lies.
And the chat is bringing up there are other teams that got disqualified for cheating.
Oh,
which is way more serious, which was account sharing.
Yeah, and this one is it's like a technicality that is seeming, it's like when I read about this and when you were talking about this, I'm like, I can see why this is really infuriating. But technically, according to the rules, they did nothing wrong, but they probably should have known better.
Yeah, that's where it is.
Correct.
They should have known better. But they did what they wanted to, that they could to win.
Yeah.
So
yes,
it sucks.
And I really hope that people aren't degrading him. Like it's really about the rules of the tournament. That's the problem. It's not about the individual that exploited them.
Yeah. And it does not take away the outstanding accomplishment that ECU had. I mean, everyone was talking about your team because you guys were the Sparkle. And that was the coolest thing was, can Oddish play some more Stitches, please? Because it was just beyond.
ASU banned out Stitches both games.
They did not want you touching him.
Yeah, the first game it was their second ban because I knew I picked them late. And the second game, they first banned Stitches. Like, they didn't want him to get through it all. That's fear. That's fear right there.
So when you talk about the team a little bit, I think one of the discussions that a lot of times the commentators had is that players on Heroes of the Dorm maybe didn't have the depth of hero pool that, say, a pro player who's been doing this for quite some time. Was that kind of the case for your team, where you had only certain numbers of heroes that you could play, or was your hero pool really kind of extended?
Oh, it was super narrow, but it wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
I'm really weird, in fact, because I'm such a flex. Like, my favorite characters are Stitches and Brightwing and Jaina and Li Ming and Tauren, and it's like, so I do everything, which helps fill the team. But yeah, I don't know. There was one game, the one game we lost in the round of 16 we basically ran out of tanks. Like, all the bands were on tanks, and they picked their tank early, and we didn't have any choices left.
Oof.
And so we've been kind of practicing a Medivac, and it, we pulled it out again, and it didn't work as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that definitely, would you say that would be a piece of advice that you'd give any team for considering dorms, is make sure your hero pool is very extensive?
Uh-huh. Yeah, sorry to backtrack again to the
please do.
Controversy again. The Spark of Target is bringing up is a very good point, is that they shouldn't be hiding it. What upsets me the most is that this controversy, they accept it as a controversy so much that they aren't making a response. And the first post about it got deleted off the Reddit. I don't know what's happening now. Yeah, and I'm just... I feel like Blizzard should be more open, and Tesla should be more open about, look, this is what happened, and it's not going to happen again in the future.
Yeah.
But the fact that it feels like they're ashamed of it means they did something wrong. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. It's definitely not what was expected for this kind of a tournament. But at the same time, when you're talking about free tuition and the amount of money that entails, that's competition at the top level.
It sure is.
Yeah.
It sure is.
And but you know what? I am a firm believer that things happen for a reason, and things that your time on Heroes of the Dorm has really kind of changed everything, hasn't it?
It sure has. I'm so lucky for the timeline that happened to me. It's totally fine that I wasn't at the finals. I've found a loving community, and my life is changing to the fact where I can stream full time. It's crazy things. So I can't possibly be upset with the outcome of the Heroes of the Dorm tournament. It's been wonderful for me.
So next year you won't be full-time students, so you won't be able to play.
Well, I was hoping to enroll online somewhere.
Carl,
but maybe I can coach.
Yes.
How does Arizona feel?
Shots fired.
Oh, goodness.
I love you so much. You're great.
I heard that way over here.
Oh, that's awesome. So let's talk about some fun stuff about dorms. What were some of your great moments during the competition?
My favorite, the casting. I'm so lucky. First off, Gillyweed is an idol of mine, and she casted every one of our matches. And it's just
awesome.
Oh, that was so good. And I forget. There's all these moments when I hook and they just went crazy.
Yes.
And I really, or someone, or maybe I can get someone to make a compilation of all the moments I was on stream, because they made my life, really. There was one point where I got a hook and Gillyweed and the other caster, sorry, I forgot his name, they were like, look, if you want to win against ECU, stop giving Oddish stitches.
Yes. I think that one of them was like, Oddish, slow down, girl. Or that was the best.
Calm down.
Calm down, girl. And that's when you know that you're just nailing. I was watching you today, that one yoink you got on the Malfurion that was out of he was not able to be seen, and you pulled him out of the bushes and into the tower with you. Bam! And it's like, damn, so good. I'm serious. You got to watch her play Stitches. It is something to behold, especially when she gets fishing hook.
Level 16.
Level 16. It's just insane to go. Oh, by the way, we were talking about WoW a little bit. You were a raider in Molten Core 40 man. Sure. What was that experience like?
That was surreal. Oh my goodness.
Was your dad part of that team too?
Sure was.
Yeah.
Sure was. He was a gnome mage.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
He was the little blue man. Oh my goodness, he played that mage so well. He played that. He awesome. Also never changed characters. He was the little blue man since forever. Anyway, yeah, I remember probably it was a huge amount of pressure for me to be one of the hunters that pulled in the raids. I don't know if you recall, Molten Core is really important to aggro the enemies without getting any extra enemies, especially when your team was starting out. You need to make sure you only got one of the Magma Ragers and one of the other fire guys, and there was a technique called, I forget what it's called. It's like a split pull, but anyway, you aggroed. There'd be a pack of like 2 enemies, and you aggroed both, and then one of the hunters would feign death, and the other hunter would pick off one of the 2, and it was a way to split a more tough group into smaller bite-sized pieces.
Oh, I remember the feign pulls. Yes.
And it was very difficult to do, and it was, little Steph had this high-pressure job, and it was super fulfilling to do that. And I remember one, gosh, y'all are bringing me back.
Right?
Like, wow. I got a pet that was a wind serpent, and the wind serpent could attack at range. It was the only hunter pet that could do that. And I learned how to do these split pulls by myself. And I would feign death, and I use my pet to trigger one of the enemies. And so it was just like, I always wanted to innovate and be better and more creative. And one time I messed up, and my pet died, and the raid wiped, and they were like, Oddish, you're never doing that again. I got so upset. I almost left the guild, but it's okay. It's behind us. We had more hunters. Why was I doing it all by myself?
Right. You're carrying a huge load.
I was just showing off.
Showing them up, yeah.
Yeah. They were just upset I was doing it better than them.
Well, do you remember when Paladins used to have I think it was divine intervention. It was the bubble. Do you remember that?
Where they sacrificed themselves?
Yeah, and I did that to myself once before a raid pull. Yeah, so don't feel bad.
One moment, I sometimes I would feign death too long because I'd like be, hunters could cheat death, right? In these raids.
Yeah.
And I just remember one of our healers going in TeamSpeak, being like, "Help! I can't res Oddish." And then our raid leader was like, "It's because he's not dead."
That's fantastic. Oh, you're kind of trolling there a little bit.
It wasn't intentional. I was just, why not lay on the ground some longer?
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's comfortable down here.
It is. Gosh, this nice molten core floor. It's warm.
Nice and cozy.
It's like hot coals. It's
yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, what's next for you at this point?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get a new computer, better chair. I'm upgrading my streamer setup. I want to make my, video game station my workstation, and I'm trying to see if I can go full-time streaming. And that's a very terrifying thing because of where I am in my life and how everything's changing, and I don't know if it'll really work, if I can pull it off or not. And I won't know until I dive into it and give it my best shot. So I think now's the time in my life to do it. And I think I'm in a really cool place being transgender and being so early transgender that people are actually going to be able to participate and see my transition. And I can be obviously trans too, which is its own struggle, but it's also something that I feel like the world needs to see more of.
Yes, agreed 100%. And so tell people how they can follow your stream and come watch you.
Yeah. Yes. I stream on twitch.tv/OddishPlaysGames, and you can follow me on Twitter at StephOddish. I'm gonna type it in the chat. STPHODDISH. And that's where I post when I'm going to be streaming next. I don't have a really solid schedule yet, although I am streaming a absurd amount. I'm probably going to be streaming some more tonight. Like, I just get back on because I'm kind of addicted to it. Like, I love the community and I love saying hi, and so it's a blast.
That is so
definitely
awesome. We want you guys to go and follow her Twitch stream immediately, and so that you get notified when she goes live, so that you can come and become part of her community, because they are really, really cool people, and I'm there as much as I can, whenever she's live. It's like I try to pop in and at least just to give her a view or two, like that kind of thing.
Sure.
It helps.
It helps. Everything helps. I gotta get.
It does.
I popped in the other day too. Our friend Nevermore tweeted it out. I was like, oh yeah, I want to go watch her play. So I popped in for a good while too. It was really cool.
Oh, thank you, all my Oddites in chat. Y'all are wonderful.
Yeah, big shout out to all the Oddites who are in chat right now. You guys are such awesome people, and you come and you watch your girl as she's talking to Tauren Think Tank, and that's fantastic. So we're going to have a little fun. We're going to do a thing we call Tell Us One Thing, which our audience just asks us goofy questions, and we give them some answers. And then we'll be closing up the show. Let me just say, too, amazing interview. Thank you so much for all of that and being so honest.
Yes.
I want to be as vulnerable as I can be.
Yes.
That's kind of my mission. And I also want, since I'm diving into this world of streaming, I don't want to be hiding anything about me from anyone, because that might just come up later. I want people to love me for who I am, and then my job will be easy. So
exactly.
I think you're almost there. I mean, like, it's just, I mean, you're already on the road, because it's just building a community is so important, and you've done it very, very easily. You know, just being yourself and being in your stream and talking to your chat. And so kudos to you for that. All right, let's have some fun. Tell us one thing.
We read your submissions because reading your mind would just be creepy.
All of these tickle me, man.
They're so great. Good. They're so good. We tend to be a more serious topic show, but all of our bumpers are goofy as hell. Like,
love it. Y'all are doing it so right. This is great.
Good mix.
Oh, that means a ton. Okay, from Mazer, this is specifically for you, Oddish. Best Eastern or Western style barbecue? Question mark. Which is best?
Eastern style, vinegar based, kind of spicy, perfection.
Okay.
I don't know if I need to say more.
Marconin, do you agree or disagree?
Man, I like barbecue. I like it. I like the different kinds for the different qualities. Cause I grew up about an hour from Memphis, so I grew up on Memphis style barbecue, which I love. Pork barbecue is still the favorite for me. But, you know, I've had the dry rub beef from Texas. I've had the vinegar. I've had the mustard based. It's all good. I like it all for different reasons. I can't. I can't.
Are you saying you like cow? Isn't that taboo on this talk show?
Hey, you know, it's, you know,
Oh, you're killing me.
Okay, I don't like cow. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't like cow. I love cow.
Well, Marconin, what would you consider the barbecue that we had in Texas in January? We went to PAX South because we were speakers at PAX South.
Well, I mean that's Texas. I mean we had beef brisket, which is about as Texas as you can get as far as, you know, just the basic what is, because, you know, in Texas barbecue is mostly beef because that's what they grow there.
Yeah.
You know, they grow out of the ground, you know, so they just like pick them up and like, hey, there's barbecue. So yeah, we had a good bit of that. They didn't we have like some sausage barbecue with that too?
I think you did.
What was on that plate? Yeah. Oh, that's right. I had like brisket, and I think I had the chicken, like barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
Was part of that too. And then like sausage links. It was all good.
It was so freaking good. Are you kidding?
No.
All of it was good.
I miss you, San Antonio, and your delicious food.
Man, we had fun in San Antonio. That was great.
Oh yeah.
Okay, from Gossi, have you guys heard of Hamilton? I love it. If yes, what do you guys think of it?
Now, what is this? Is this a musical? Because I did a little Googling earlier today.
It is a musical. It's a Broadway musical.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's it.
Okay, I don't know a thing about it.
I honestly, the chat room is going, "Oh my God, Hamilton!" I watched the Oscar. Was it on the Oscars where they actually did a live portion of it? And I was just like, "What is this?" And people are so jazzed about it, and I love musicals. I don't know a thing about Hamilton, Gossi. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But they're apparently saying it's like the most important musical of this time, which I feel really like. I really feel
it's sold out like crazy.
Yeah,
and it's a little bit different, and it's like a hip hop musical type thing. That's all
cool.
I really.
Okay,
that's it.
So
I mean, it sounds like I'd love to see it, but it's hard to see.
Yeah,
so I'm trying not to hype myself up onto something I can't access.
All right, so our goal then is to listen to the soundtrack, like Solo Mio said.
Okay.
In the chat room,
yeah, I
and
can
then
do that.
We'll report back on what we think.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sparkatarka said you can like it even if you don't like musicals, so that's a good thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So, by the way, if you haven't heard of it, like Willow Cricket said in the chat room, you guys go check it out because apparently it's supposed to be amazing. So,
Yeah. I will give it a listen.
Marconin, do you want to read the next one?
Yes, from our friend Barber. I'd love you two and Oddish to tell us one thing you can't live without when you're at conventions or tournaments. So, Oddish, what can you not live without when you go, well, like when you're doing Heroes of the Dorm, or you do competitive stuff, or you go to conventions?
I don't actually bring anything with me. I guess to be kind of a cop-out, my positivity and my, I feel like that's what I scare people with in a competitive scenario.
Yeah.
The Call of Duty tournament, I used our warm-up time to make a little emblem character of an Oddish. So whenever I killed someone, they had a little smiling Oddish face, and it shows in the broadcast and everything. No one else had an emblem because everyone was so serious. But that's how you get an edge.
That is amazing.
See, now that's cool.
Would you consider that to be just a slightly raised middle finger?
Just slightly, but it's like
like
the perfect amount of raise because people can't call you out. Like, are you flicking me off? And it's like, no. Maybe.
No, it's just an Oddish. It's Pokemon. That's all it is.
Oh, I absolutely love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I know for me, when I can't live it out, because we're so attached to our phones when we're there, a battery backup from my phone.
Oh my gosh, that's so true.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Because at BlizzCon, I will probably use it 2 times a day because of the fact that you can't get a signal anywhere. It's probably going to be like that for you too, at PAX. You won't get a signal for when you're there, and then your phone battery just goes. No.
It's true because you get like max signal, but the lines are so congested you can't actually use it. So your phone is trying so hard it kills itself.
Yep.
So put it on airplane mode, and then it'll last all day.
Exactly, which I should really do.
That's a pro tip.
Yep.
I'm with you there. So yeah, that would probably be the one thing I can't live without, and comfortable shoes.
Definitely. You have to.
Like, seriously, the most comfortable shoes you own, they don't care if they're clown shoes, just wear them.
Yeah. And I'd have to say, other than a battery backup in my phone, my wallet, because I want to buy all the things. Like, I spent so much time and currency at BlizzCon last year. Oh, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I came away happy with all the things.
You standing in that line for what, 3.5 hours for the merchandise at BlizzCon?
I don't know that it was that long. I think it was maybe 2 hours. But I got everything I needed. I got everything I needed, and then I actually got a couple of extra things. I know if Nate, you're still listening, I got him that demonic Tyrael Funko Pop figure. He sent me a message when I was almost to it. He's like, dude, I need one. I was like, all right, I got you. So I helped him out.
Perfect.
So yeah, and it being through that line, it was an epic line. But I got to talk to a father and son that have been playing WoW and Heroes and all this stuff for 8 years together, 8 or 9 years, and then I met a couple of guys that that were already playing Overwatch a lot, and then they also were cosplaying as like the grunts from Overwatch. They had berets that they had made. So and what they would do is all the people that cosplayed last year as Overwatch heroes, they would stand behind them and stand guard or be like, kind of their crew behind them.
Aww.
And so I actually was looking through some old cosplay pictures on Twitter the other day, and I saw them posing with, I think somebody was cosplaying as Mercy, and I was like, that's them. I stood next to them for like 30 minutes. And so it was a really good time standing in the line waiting to buy stuff, but it was all part of the experience, right? That's why we're there.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
So
and often the people in line with you are wonderful people.
Yeah.
They're just as big a nerd as you, or else they wouldn't be dropping down money.
They're all zero judgment zones. That's great.
Exactly.
Standing in line for 2 hours to buy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mammoth asked, what heroic skill in HOTS would you like to do in real life? Or what hero would you want to be in real life?
I was thinking about this question for a while. I talked about it with my friend because we loved it. And we decided the best heroic would be Blink Heal. Because you could just lovingly hug tackle people from nowhere. Just be like, I love you. And you would heal them. And you can just teleport all over the place. It has so many uses. And it's super cute too. And you could help the world. So
that is the best one. I mean, what heroic? Oh, good Lord. You know what? I actually, not that it would be aggressive, but Illidan's The Hunt.
I was thinking about that too.
Right? So, like, because we talk about this all the time, especially as people who are online and stream and do things, is that your friends are all over the world.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be amazing if you could teleport to whoever you wanted to teleport to just to get a hug, have a meal, and then go back home?
I thought about that one, but my problem with it is if like you're going across the pond, if you're going to Britain and you start your hunt, you're going to be flying a long time. That's going to be scary. And like, are you going to like call them on the phone the whole way? No, you don't have service over the ocean. Like, what are you just like, you are not prepared for my company?
Yeah. But then you're like the whole time you're just seeing nothing but water underneath you, and you just get kind of boring.
Like going for hours flying.
Oh, Eiffel said Medivac.
Medivac's even better. There you go.
There, at least you've got a seat and cover.
Yeah, right? And you can heal people.
And you can heal people, and you can transport multiple people, like up to 4, including yourself.
Yeah,
there you go.
Let's party. Oh.
Yeah.
It's like
party in the Medivac.
Party in the Medivac.
What is the movement speed of the Medivac compared to the Hunt?
I think the Hunt's faster, though.
I think the Hunt is faster, but it's less comfy. Trade-offs.
Yeah. That's
also, you might break a window with the Hunt.
You might. Well, you might break more than a window with mine. Now this one's more destructive and less cuddly, but I would probably go with. Now, if someone were gonna like try to like steal my car keys from me or try to rob me or something, what would make them lose control of their bowels more than a gigantic battle cruiser warping in and putting all their guns on there? So I would call down the Hyperion. I'd go for Raynor.
Oh, I like it.
Like, oh, you want to mess with me, huh? How about this? Just warps in, guns guns trained right on him with the big old crosshairs, just like right on the ground on his face.
Have you seen that Carbot animations where he summons the battlecruiser underground in the haunted mines?
I have not seen that.
Oh, it's
so hilarious. The battlecruiser like explodes out of the mine and Raynor's like waddling. Anyway.
The Carbot animations make me cackle because they're just so accurate.
They are.
Oh, they're so
I need to watch that one.
I know. I love the Abathur one. Made me cry when there was the slap at their animation. Oh, it was the best thing ever. These were good answers. Like, you thought about this. Like, I love it. I thought about this in there. Did you want to talk about like which hero you'd want to be, or does that because it was either or?
I didn't think about which hero.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that goes hand in hand. Unless it's a really good basic ability, that's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Tahaka would be really creepy, but
Ugh.
Yeah, that would be.
Just like, can you plant some bushes outside your home so I can visit?
Talk about going outside and getting weird looks. Walk out like Tahaka. I love it. Oh, that is Tell Us One Thing, and you guys can send your questions into questions@TaurenThinkTank.com or follow our Twitter @TaurenThinkTank and send them there on Thursdays because we ask for them on Thursdays. And they're a lot of fun, just goofy questions and silly time for us to kind of bring the mood down a little bit and have some fun.
Yeah, and you can also submit them on our Discord server too.
I always forget that, and you are the best.
You can do that anytime.
Anytime, 24 hours a day. tinyurl.com/TTTchat2 for our Discord server. That's how you find it. Our chat room is amazing, and they live there, and they talk to each other, and it's amazing. I just said that
It's
twice.
our chat room 24/7. It's a good place to be.
And speaking of awesome people, it is time for us to do the time of the slash moo. Slash moo. Steph's face are the best. Every time I pull out of a boner.
I'm never prepared. I can try to be, but I never am.
Oh, you're the best. I love it. Slash moos are praise and love to the members of our community. And at the end of all of this, Steph and Marconin will be able to give their own slash moos as well as me. But first, we read everybody else's. From Razor70 /moo to Summer Sal, who makes my day when watching her try to keep everyone in line on the converted CTR.
So true.
That's so true.
From 2020 site, she writes, here goes. /moo to @Clonkadonk for being a wonderful friend, and /moo to Jules, Pat Crane, Cuddles, and everyone else who invited this Overwatch noob to group with them and helped me learn how to play these last 2 days.
From L Train, pre/moo to Oddish for coming on the show, and regular /moo to everyone in Discord for being genuinely awesome people.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
From Barber /moo to the Hots ladies for being super supportive and also awesome. My life is better every single day because of them.
Aww. From Scarlet Darkling /moo to @DYK Games, @Dr_Decesso, @Jesse Decina, @Paisley Eyes. Literally my world. I would be lost without them.
Very nice. From Captain Mugaiver, or @Mugaiver, /moo to my wonderful @Natani Pally for our 11th wedding anniversary, and just for being her wonderful self. Heart emoji.
Heart emoji.
Happy anniversary, Moo and Natani.
That's awesome. From @GamerNymphadora /moo to the Triple T family. Thank you for all the love you have sent me throughout the week over my loss.
Absolutely. And from Memonth, /moo to the dentist that helped me with my first root canal. Ouch. Had to stop 2 times due to pain and not numb enough. Oh, goodness. And also /moo to @LaGrayson for always having a GIF or GIF, however you pronounce it. I say GIF to cheer me up. I've heard people say Jive. It's weird.
What?
There's a big debate online somewhere.
It's
it is edgy.
Third option.
But I'm just like, I've always called it GIF or GIF, and I've never heard Jive before until like a while ago. So that's why I said it, because it's people take it. It's I don't know, so many different ways.
I think that's a teeny bit hipster. I'm sorry.
It is. No question.
Yeah.
I'm all about being a teeny bit hipster, though.
Okay, as long as we're clear on this. From @ShieldSpec /moo to @Girl of Mist, who just had her 31st birthday.
Happy birthday to you. And also from @WickedKitten13 /moo to @Quoted Nevermore for playing Heroes with me, even though I'm a total noob /hugs.
And those are our /moos from the audience. There's one in the chat room from Lori _CTR /moo to Midnight Arcane and all of the Moo crew for their support over the past couple of weeks.
Definitely.
Yes. And I don't see any others. So Marconin, any /moos that you would like to give for the week?
Goodness. I can't really think of one.
That's okay.
Off the top of my head.
Oddish, would you like to give any /moos to anybody in your life?
Yes, I
Please
would like to /moo you two and Tauren Think Tank for having me. This was wonderful. Maybe I could be back one day. Oh, y'all are wonderful. This is the blast.
Yes. I would
Absolutely.
love it because you are so much fun. Thank you. And by the way, I've called it Tauren Think Tank about 50 times. So
Take time.
That was harder to say than I thought it would be.
Trust me. I mean, it's now a meme where I say Tink Tank time instead of Think Tank.
I like it.
Yes.
And another /moo to all my oddites, old and new, and all the people who have elevated me to where I am now. Y'all are wonderful. So thank you.
Definitely.
Yay. And I'm going to give my /moo to Oddish for being awesome, willing to come on the show on kind of short notice because I just talked to her this week and clearing her schedule because she's normally streaming in the evenings to be with us tonight. I think it was just an amazing experience to have all of this come together and have a really cool show. So /moo to you and /moo to our chat room who came out in force tonight to support you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
And I will do a quick /moo to my friend RLA for sticking with me on our alts all the way from like 62 to 100. So she's awesome. She's been one of my best friends for years. And so, yeah, /moo to her.
Leveling partners are the best.
Oh, yeah.
she's been his leveling partner for many years, and it's been a and raid team member, and it's been very, very cool.
That's cute.
Yeah.
The chat room is giving lots of slash moves to you, and I agree. I think it is the best. And we have completed a show for this week. Aww.
Yeah, I think that's a thing we call a show.
I think that is. The show is available on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. You can find all of our website information. TaurenThinkTank.com has all of our YouTube videos, all of our podcasts from previous times. So if this is the first time you've listened to the show and you want to hear what it's like when we don't have a guest, please do. We focus on letters that come from the community and talk about advice and topics that are relevant to the gamer behind the keyboard. So that is what we do. So Oddish, please tell our audience one more time how they can find you and hang out with you.
Yeah, the easiest way is to follow me on Twitter at StephOddish and on Twitch at Oddish Plays Games.
That is awesome. Please check her out. And if she goes live tonight after the show, which sounds like you might, then
I don't know.
you might. I find that I have a ton of energy.
Yes.
Like I'll have a ton of energy after I get done, and then it'll be like, Neural.
Exactly. I need to ground myself for a second, and then we'll find out.
Right. And Marconin, anything to make note of for this week?
Well, I didn't mention it at the beginning of the show, but Count on Fire, since we did kill heroic Archimon, we've decided, at least for the time being, to go back and do a lot of meta achievements. So we went through and we did heroic Throne of Thunder to get all the kills. So tomorrow night, if all still goes according to plan, me and the rest of the cats will be going into regular Throne of Thunder and getting all the meta achievements to get the beautiful Sky Terror. I think that's called the mount, the big pterodactyl. I need that one. I need that mount. It's a mount I don't have. And I need it. So that's what we're going to be doing. Also, it's going to be my last week at my current position, wearing the current uniform I have. It's going to be a little weird after 6.5 years of the thing. Yeah. So it's going to be a very weird week. But I actually upgraded my computer this past week, put a new hard drive in it. I actually made the switch to SSD, so it's really nice. And I've been moving files and everything. I've got my Overwatch overlay back. I've got OBS set up, all this stuff. So I may do some streaming this week. Might do some Overwatch, maybe do some mount runs come Tuesday when they unlock.
Yes.
So I'm going to be doing some of that stuff. So you can definitely tune in for that. Probably do it over here on twitch.tv/Tauren Think Tank, your home for Tauren Think Tank.
So funny.
So I'm just going to be doing that, and just the normal thing. Gonna kind of have to get adjusted to the slightly different but not so bad work schedules coming after our next show. So yeah, should be interesting. Should be real interesting.
Very
what about
cool.
you, Jules? What's going on your plate this week? Are you going to be doing some Hots Ladies Night again on Tuesday?
I am. Tuesday night, Hots Ladies Night on Jocelyn's channel, twitch.tv/JossPlays. I'm actually casting Chair League tomorrow night. I've got 2 matches to cast because Chair League is back for season 2. So you can find me at twitch.tv/JulesRPG. And come to Drinking and Swearing on Friday nights. That is the best time for us to get drunk and play video games. That's on Pat Crane's channel, twitch.tv/Zug.
It's a heck of a time, folks. Let me tell you, it's a heck of a time.
It's crazy. Should be another Case of the Mondays show tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. On Pat's channel, twitch.tv/Zug. We're playing some funky independent music and talking about goofy news. So
Zug.
As long as the brakes in my car get fixed before 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, because that's what I'm doing tomorrow morning. So.
Woo! I sure hope so.
Yay. So with that, right? I hate the car stuff. I hate it. With that, it is time to bring this show to a close, and we will do that right now. Tauren Think Tank is a proud member of the Signals Media All-Star Network. Find out more about the other great shows in the network by going to signalsmedia.com.
Portions of the music and sound effects heard on this show can be found at incompetech.com and freesound.org. You can also find us outside of the show on our website, taurenthinktank.com, which has all of our podcasts and information on how to get in touch with us.
Thank you to all who support our show on Patreon. If you would like to help us out, you can do so at patreon.com/TaurenThinkTank. Want to meet other members of the Triple T community? Join our Discord server. The quick way to get there, tinyurl.com/TTTchat2.
You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TaurenThinkTank. You can also find us outside of the show on Twitter at Tauren Think Tank for the show. You can find Jules at JulesRPG, and you can find myself at Marconin Wow.
And Steph at Steph Oddish.
And Steph at Steph Oddish. Yes. It wasn't in the script.
I know, I didn't put it there and I'm dumb. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, chat room, for being with us tonight, hanging out every Sunday night at 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time. You can find the video stream at twitch.tv/TaurenThinkTank. Our mobile audio is through Alpha Geek Radio at tunein.alphageekradio.com. We love seeing you all here with us. Steph, thank you so much for being a part of the show tonight.
Thank y'all. This is great.
It was
Pleasure
fantastic.
having you.
Marconin, have a wonderful week.
I will venture to do so, Jules, and you do the same, all right?
I will, and we will be back next Sunday night, so please be there with us, because we can't wait till we do another show.
I'll be tuning in.
And go watch Oddish stream, god damn it. Please.
Do it.
And so, for myself, for Marconin, for Oddish, for the entire chat room, until next time, /moo, everybody.
/moo. Tauren Think Tank. We make your problems less bad.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really?
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 And that's a show.
Yep, that's it.
Yay! That was awesome.
Oh, yeah, great episode. That was good.
Oh my god, it's so warm in my bedroom right now.
Yeah, I gotta turn the fan back on.
You need to turn the air back on? Yeah.
I'm sitting here sweating in my shorts.
Oh, I know. It was about 79 here, which is kind of warm for April in Wisconsin. So, yeah. It's
at least you're not getting the Colorado snore storm.
Snore storm.
Snore.
At least you're not getting the snore storm. I saw like 20 and a couple of people. They had snow on the ground this morning. I was like,
I know. By the way, go check out if you're into Hearthstone, go over and check out our friend John at Kicked Tripod. He's doing the Well Met podcast right now at twitch.tv/BuzzPro. He's got so many stuff. Like, there's so many voices that come out. It's just every time.
Well, thank you very much, Jules. I do what I can. I kind of, pick them up as I go along in life. I've been on this earth plenty of times, plenty of years. And as you go, you meet people and you just kind of absorb whatever they're saying, and you just do it.
Oh, my gosh. Chat room.
That's a skill. That's a real skill.
You guys were fantastic. Thank you so much for being amazing, generating great conversation, and being who you are. And all the Oddites, man, they were all here. That was great.
Yes, /moo everybody.
Yes. The video will be up shortly after we end. I'll post it. I'll put a highlight up on Twitch, and then I put it on YouTube. So if you want to point people who were, I know there were a couple of people in your chat stream who are international and couldn't be here. So please tell them it'll be up tomorrow morning for them.
And Moo Crew and Oddites, if we generally throw it to you guys to help us get the title of the show.
Oh yeah, somebody.
So if there's anything. Yeah, toss out a few. I know I kind of put out smart, what was it? A secret a-holes? That won't work.
There was something about Medivac.
Party in the Medivac.
Party in the Medivac. That was one of them.
It's the party in the Medivac.
Oh my God, really? You're going to sing Miley Cyrus?
I roll in the Nexus at 3 a.m. just trying to hear a league.
Oh my God.
I called up my friends Arthas and Diablo, and maybe even a little Brightwing. I don't know. Something like that.
Can we work on this?
If you want to.
Can we make this into a song?
If you want to.
I think it could fly.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have seen the beginning of something.
Party in the Medivac. Oh, that is... they love it. Look at them. It's a snore storm.
Do it now. Snore storm.
A snore storm? You want that one?
Snore storm. That's a deep cut. They're going to have to listen way into the back.
That actually was post-show, wasn't it?
It might. Yeah, it was post-show.
So then it doesn't count.
Nope, it doesn't count. I'm sorry.
So right now it's Party in the Medivac unless you guys come up with something else you like.
I'm cool with Party in the Medivac. I can. Yeah, that'd be cool.
We have not. That is definitely not a repeat. So we've never had that title before. So that's perfect for me.
Yeah, I like it.
And I have got to figure out what the heck is wrong with my video or with Skype. It worked this morning.
I'm so sorry.
Or Blink Hugs. That's another one.
Blink Hugs was another one. I think that's a subtitle. Blink Hugs.
Party in the Medivac. Blink Hugs.
Blink Hugs. Blink Heel Tackle Hugs. That's better, L Train. I like that one. Blink Heel Tackle Hugs. We'll make that the subtitle. Skype does suck. Yes. I know.
It has its moments, yes.
It does. I have a crashed out kitty on the floor. He's just crashed out. Oh, silly cat. All right. I think that's everything. We'll let Steph get out of here and go enjoy the rest of her evening. Chat room, you guys are amazing. We love you. And we will see you guys next week on Sunday. And yeah, thanks for everything. Steph, thank you.
Thank you.
It was a very good. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I know it was short notice, but we really appreciate that you took the time out to be here with us. So thank you so much.
Oh, I appreciate the exposure, and I really had a blast. It was really fun 2 hours.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad.
All right, everybody. Good night /moo.
/moo.